Let's get started. Good morning, good morning. We're gonna take our ball. When you grab a ball, you wanna try to find one that has a decent amount of air in it, which can be a little challenging, I know. So we're gonna come down with the ball. To begin, starting our core work, you're gonna take the ball and bring it in between your ankles. Upper back is off the floor, and now we're gonna extend the arms overhead, legs are straight, pause right there, and then you're gonna come up, take the ball, forehead comes closer to the knees, extend overhead. Now notice how slowly we're going. I'm bringing my upper back off the floor every rep. Legs should be as straight as possible. We're pausing right there. Good, keeping the lower back pressed into the floor. So the key to this exercise, two things, going really slowly, and then lifting the shoulder blades all the way up off the floor. So the breath pattern for this one, we want to exhale as we come up, and then we inhale as we extend out. Good. And pointing the toes. And again, try to get those legs a little bit straighter if you can. We're going to do a few more just like that. It is normal for us to feel this more in the lower back than the rectus abdominis. We expect that. All right, we're going to do that 2 more times. Lifting up a little bit higher. Good. Okay, last one here. Really get those shoulder blades off the floor. Nice work. Okay, let's take the ball, put it in between your thighs. You're gonna squeeze that ball. Hands are behind the head, legs are at tabletop, full body crunch. Crunch the knees into the chest. Then we take the legs out, straight 45 degrees. Now watch the change. We're gonna crunch it in, and then you're gonna toe tap. Toes are gonna come to your mat, and then repeat that. So you're gonna alternate. I'm extending my legs out straight, then I do a crunch, slow motion, then I tap my toes on the floor. Now when you do the toe tap, you're not arching your back. To protect the lower back, we're gonna press the lower back into the floor and not lift up. If you have a bad back, if that hurts your back, then just skip that part, only do the extension. Good, now remember you're moving in slow motion and we're not letting any momentum come into the exercise. So you're driving the knees into the chest, pulling that navel in, full body crunch. Let's do 1 more of each, going at your pace. And then when you finish both of those, you're gonna hug the knees in, take the ball away. You can just let that ball roll away. Hug the knees into the chest. Now you're gonna grab both of your medium dumbbells, so 1 in each hand, and we're gonna take the legs in tabletop. The weights are directly over the center of your chest. Lift the shoulder blades off the floor. Right arm extends back, left leg extends straight, pointed toes. Back to starting position, pause. Left arm reaches back, right leg. So this is a variation of the dead bug. Place the tongue at the roof of the mouth. You're gonna look straight down at your belly button. And the key here is you're trying to lift the shoulder blades a little bit higher. Extend that arm back. Good, focus on your breath. And as always, we're going slowly, being really intentional here that we're not using momentum. Now it's normal for your neck to get tired. We expect that. And it does help to place the tongue at the roof of the mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. Last one here. All right, nice job, you guys. Put the weights down. Now you're gonna hug the knees into the chest. Let that head rest. And then hands behind the head, legs are at tabletop. You're gonna twist to the right, left leg shoots out 45 degrees, upper back off the floor, center, twist to the left, shoot that right leg out 45, back to center and pause. So we're doing our slow motion bicycle. Keep your elbows out of your peripheral vision. and you're trying to lift the shoulder blades even higher. Legs should be completely straight. We want to exhale on the twist, inhale, center. Exhale, we twist, inhale, we center. Looking good. All right, we're going to do that 4 more times. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Okay, hug the knees in. Now you're going to take your hands, slip them underneath your booty with the palms facing down. Legs are straight up in the air. We're going to do the lift and lower. So flex your feet, legs are straight. You're going to slowly lower. Really take your time with it. And then get your heels close to the floor, but don't let them touch. Point the toes. Very slowly lift those legs back up. So most people do this exercise way too fast. So my best advice on this one is however slow you're going, let's take it a little slower. Because here's the deal, we can use muscle or we can use momentum. We can't use both. And if you're using momentum, you're just wasting your time. Now try to get the legs a little bit straighter. This is a great exercise because it's really focusing on strengthening the lower back, which we all need that. We should be feeling this in the lower back as well as the rectus abdominis, big muscle in the center of your belly. Take your time, see if you get your legs just a little bit straighter. Nice work, everybody. Okay, we're gonna do that one more time, one complete round. So you're going lower and lift or lift and lower, depending on where you are in the pattern. Now, when you finish, you're gonna lower the legs so they're hovering over the floor. Point the toes, lift the entire back off the floor. Let's go to flutter kicks. So my legs are straight so I can take them. And again, you've gotta lift the shoulder blades and the back all the way off the floor here. Flutter kicks, we're breathing. Last 4, last 3, last 2, last 1. Hug the knees in, great job. Okay, next exercise, everybody's favorite, we're gonna do the Pilates 100. Everybody loves this one. Okay, so the legs are straight up in there, a little sarcastic there. Okay, so the arms are straight. We're gonna get the arms going and my upper back is off the floor. Flex the feet, you're gonna lower the legs for a count of 5. Point the toes, lift the legs for a count of 5. That was 10. Good, we're breathing. Get those legs a little straighter and lift it up. That is 20. We are flexing on the way down. Keep those arms really straight. We are pointing on the way up. There's 30. Place the tongue at the roof of the mouth. You're doing awesome. There's 40. Nice job. Lowering and lifting. That was 50. Oh, you're halfway there. That's awesome. Good. Slowly lower. Slowly lift. There's 60. Keep those arms going. It is normal for your neck to get tired. This isn't gonna hurt your neck. 70, just uncomfortable. Good, get the legs a little straighter. Here we go for 80. You're almost done. Nice. And lifting, there's 90. Okay, last set, you got this. Here we go, big finish. And drop the head, hug the knees in. Great job, everybody. All right, grab one knee, help yourselves up to seated. We're gonna come up onto the left side of the body, and I'm gonna show you our modification for the side plank. So we're gonna start here modified. I'm on my knee, thread the needle with no weight. So you can stay here, or you can kick this up a couple notches by putting the dumbbell in your right hand, stack or stagger your feet, slow motion, thread the needle. Now the fingers should be spread out wide, like starfish on the mat. Your left wrist needs to be directly under the shoulder. And however slow you're going, let's go a little slower. So a lot of people, this is a hard exercise. A lot of people just speed up. What happens is, it could be unconscious, it's easier If you go faster, this is gonna be a lot easier because you're incorporating momentum. As soon as I slow down, really force myself to recruit those muscles and take the momentum out of it, this gets pretty hard. This goes from like a 6 to like a 9.5 out of 10. We are breathing as we move, and it's really normal for that left wrist to get tired. We expect that. We're hopefully not feeling pain there, just some discomfort. Okay, we're gonna do one more time, thread the needle on the left lead. You guys are doing awesome. When you finish, let's put that weight down. And now we flip over to the right lead. So same thing, I'm gonna show you modification first. And this is how we get stronger, by the way. We don't come to class and we're totally strong, we can do everything perfectly. So this is my modification if I'm struggling. Full posture, we're gonna come up onto the feet. You can add that weight or not. If you did the weight on one side, you should add it to the second. All right, fingers are spread out wide, wrist directly under the shoulder. Now force yourself to go a little slower. When we're inside plank, gravity is trying to push your hips down. Your job is to lift your hips up even higher. Now this is a core exercise, but it's not just core. So you're working your triceps, you're working your deltoid, you're working your obliques, the transversus, the lats, the rectus abdominis. I could go on and on. Super efficient exercise. Looks good, everybody. Force yourself to go just a little bit slower. Let's check in with our breath. You are not holding your breath ever. Good. All right, we're gonna do one more time. Thread the needle on the right lead. You got this. And then when you finish, you're gonna put the weight down and you're gonna come down onto the front side of the body. Now the arms are extended overhead like Superman, Superwoman. We're gonna focus on the lower back, which is part of your core. Lift your left arm with your right leg, point the toes, squeeze the glutes, feel that chest up. Now lift your right arm, left leg, point the toes, squeeze the glutes. Your arms or hands are not touching the floor at any point. The straighter the arms, the harder this will be. You get to decide. If it's not challenging enough, get the arms a little straighter. Is this too hard? Then bend your elbows a little more. Keep looking straight down at the floor. The lower back, for many of us, is our weak link. We don't want that because that sets us up for injuries there. Your lower back is part of your core. So a lot of times I hear people say, we're gonna do abs, and that's not really the full picture. You're working your abdominal muscles, but not just the abdominals. We want the front and the back to be equally strong. All right, let's do that 4 more times, 4 more singles. Lift the chest up a little bit higher, and then we're gonna do 2 more here. Last one here. All right, place the hands under the shoulders, come up to cobra, and then we're gonna briefly stretch it back to child's pose. A little break for that lower back, and now we're gonna come onto our forearms. So you're on your forearms, your body's in a straight line on our toes, so I'm not hiking my hips up, not sagging my hips down. Take your right knee into the right elbow, try to make contact. Back to starting position. Left knee, left elbow, try to make contact. If you can't get your knee to touch the elbow, just get as close as possible. Doesn't have to be perfect. So over time, we're gonna get stronger and we're gonna increase the mobility in our hips. We wanna maintain that mobility as we age. Otherwise, movement gets really difficult if we're super stiff. Pull the navel in. Gravity again is trying to pull that rectus abdominis down. We want to exhale on the knee crunch. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, knee crunch. All right, we're gonna do a few more just like that. Let's do one more each side. And then you're gonna drop your knees. Once again, we stretch it back to child's pose. All right, you're gonna come down onto your bottom with the one medium dumbbell. Almost done with core work. After this, we have one more exercise and then you're done. All right, guys, Russian twist. You're gonna come down halfway, chest is lifted, twist right elbow touches, extend it straight. Now I can kick this up a notch by lifting my legs off the floor. If you have a bad back, I recommend you keeping your feet down to support the back. Now the crown of the head should be reaching up towards the ceiling, and you're not collapsing the chest. We're gonna twist, extend it out, twist, extend it out. All right, last 4, and then we're gonna grab our gliders and finish. Last 3, good. Last 2, make sure you're not slouching. Last 1 here. Okay, let's put that weight down. Now you're gonna grab your gliders, and you might have to move your mat out of the way if you have limited space. So we're gonna put our toes on the gliders, and we're doing our slow motion mountain climbers. I start in a plank position with my hips down. You're gonna take your right knee, slide it in, crunch, extend it back out. Left knee, slide it in, crunch. Fingers are spread out wide. If this really bothers your wrist, we're not gonna be here very long, we have less than a minute. You can always put a yoga block under each wrist. Now the key to this exercise is going slowly. So you're crunching that knee in, pause, extend it out, do that again. You're almost done with your core work. You got this, Tuesday. All right, let's do 4 more singles. Slow. Force yourself to go a little slower. You can do these at home with paper plates. You don't have to buy anything fancy. Okay, last one. Drop your knees, and you are done with core. Nice job. Let's get set up for strength training, everybody.